Listen, there's a big story in the New York Times today about how moderates are really hearing it. They were just home for a work week in places like Utah. About over 20 of the new Democrats, freshman Democrats, came from moderate districts that were won by Trump. And they are now fielding questions about not only the Green New Deal, 70% marginal tax rates, late-term abortion. I mean, you name it. And so, look, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez won her seat with about 16,000 votes from her district in that primary. Okay, and here she is leading the Democratic Party around. Why is that happening? She's got over 3 million Twitter followers. And that is the difference. That's sort of where our politics is, where the media takes someone, blows them up, and they become sort of the focal point. And Democrats are going to have a reckoning between the moderate wing of their party and the liberals who are really driving policy.
She wants all the glory and Kardashian-like attention from social media. And no hard questions. That's pretty clear, because having read that stupid FAQ that got leaked by her team about the Green New Deal, and actually reading the Green New Deal after they tried to make it sound sensible, it's laughably awful for the American people, and there are no details in it. The fact that they want to retrofit all the buildings in the United States. You know what? We use fossil fuels in this country because they're cheap and they're plentiful. And we've lowered, since 2005, emissions from power plants by about 30% because of natural gas in this country. So let's speak to that, and let's speak to the facts. And she needs to fess up and tell the American people, if we're going to push this Green New Deal, that your electricity costs, your fuel costs are going through the roof. It's a regressive tax on the people who can't afford it in this country. Look at that bullet train in California. It was a boondoggle disaster, dramatically scaled back, and that's what she's trying to sell to the American people.
It's also so unrealistic. I mean, we're not going to get rid of fossil fuels in 10 years. It's just not happening. And the other thing is, when she says nobody has tried, we have been trying for you know how many sustainable efforts there have been?
The Obama administration spent their entire time trying to...
Exactly.
Because of the conversion to natural gas power plants, in part, because of even the fuel efficiency, improvements in fuel efficiency in cars, and President Obama gets credit for some of that, we're leading the world in emissions reductions.
Right.
A couple of things here. A couple of things here, though. You know, the Congresswoman was speaking at an event for Girls Who Code. And, you know, forget about the Green New Deal for a second. If she's trying to deliver a message to young ladies who are inspired and trying to learn something useful and valuable, beat a boss, that's a great message. The thing is this. The Green New Deal is half-baked. It's not realistic. You guys have made excellent points pointing that out. Tom, I'll turn it back to you. Where are the moderate Democrats right now, or the moderates of any parties, coming up with ideas that are viable? You're right there. Dagan talked about natural gas and how that's coming out. How come we're not hearing more about that? Where's the rest of the Democratic leadership? Where's the moderate leadership? Who should we look to step out and do something here?
She becomes the face of it.
Yeah, no, she has become the face of it. And look, that's what Democrats are trying to sort out. I mean, Nancy Pelosi, Democrats are really riding the tiger right now. This is something that this is where the passion of the base is, and they're trying to control it, but not very effectively. And there haven't really been any Democrats that have stepped up with alternatives, at least not yet. We'll maybe see that. As to the questions about, one of the things not to underestimate this is, while AOC might not be getting the tough questions, you can bet that every single presidential candidate, how this affects 2020 race, every single presidential candidate who's signed on to this, like Kamala Harris and Cory Booker and the rest, are going to have to answer questions about how you're going to pay for all of these things, including Medicare for all. And when they finally get to that point in the discussions, that's where the rubber's going to hit the road.
I don't think it's even it's the payment, but it's also Medicare for all outlaws private insurance in this country. And they're going to have to answer to that, and they're not going to be able to say, these are just broad strokes. Right. These are just big ideas. We're just starting the conversation. If you're going to run on it, then you have to figure out a way to pay for it and be honest with the American people.
God, the broad strokes comments are just
look at gorgeous hair, and let's talk about my lipstick instead of the things like how to pay for all this garbage.
Yeah, it's really crazy. Tom, it's great to have you on the show today.
Thanks.
Thanks for firing us up. Tom Bevan joining us there.